Hi, this is Lynn again, and I'm going to have a chat about working with the more experienced practitioner, maybe somebody who has been in practice for a little while now, at an intermediate level, I guess, maybe got about 100, 150 hours worth of experience in working with clients, and just really to have a little chat about how I think about supervision with counsellors and therapists at that level of experience. So I think because supervision for me is very much I was just a cat on the fence next door. Because supervision for me is very much a teaching and learning activity. I think what I see a lot of my role at that stage with people is to help them begin to identify for themselves through their process of reflection, where their strengths are, but also where the learning edges are. So between the two of us, we can work out, what are some of the things or the areas that they need to focus on. Now, I often think at this stage in their development, counsellors and therapists are beginning to recognise certain presentations that clients are bringing. So often we'll be working with clients who are anxious or depressed or perhaps have experienced abuse. And actually what they're looking for, I think, from the supervisor is guidance on how to work with clients with this kind of presentation, where to go in terms of interventions and what to do next. So I'll be doing a lot of that with people, but I'm also thinking about being creative, I think, and how can we think about the work differently, put in place new interventions, and sort of think about how, as a practitioner, you find yourself developing. So what's your style? What are the areas of theory that you're interested in and you want to focus on? So there are a few ideas. I guess the final bit, I think, actually, is at this stage, I think often the practitioner is really starting to get a sense of how they can best use supervision. And I often think that it's at this stage that we really start to get a sense of how the supervision can be helpful. So beginning to explore and think more about transference and counter-transference in the relationship, and really help the practitioner start to understand that. So I think it's, for me, this stage is a really exciting one for practitioners because they've moved out of that kind of maybe slightly anxious, kind of very new place, and are beginning to really get a sense of their own strengths, but also, working with a supervisor, which I think this is kind of where I see myself, really starting to identify where their edges are as well and what they can do about that. So that's a few thoughts. If that sounds appealing, then, contact me and we can have a chat about how we could work together. Thank you.